come up on the upper Stour again today. Came up last week, it was about 3 inches higher than this. More colour, you can see about a foot into the water today. Last week it was more like 6 to 8 inches. Last week I fished about, I don't know, 50 yards up from here, and I thought I had a shallow swim. It turned out to be a deep hole full of small roach. Today I'm going to start off float fishing bread. Last week I started on maggots on a 20 and switched to bread, and the best roach I got was about 4 ounces, which was a bit disappointing. 1 or 2 gudgeon and dace. With the water being a bit clearer, I hope maybe a chub or 2 will show up. I'm going to give this maybe an hour. I've had some better roach here before and chub, and they're right through the stretch. You never know where they're going to show up. It depends if other people have fished it and so on. They move around, and see what I can get. I might see if I can get up to that other swim. I've got to get through a hedgerow, which is possible to do that, and see if I can find some chub in there this week. Last week the far bank swim up there was a bit fast, so I don't know. Tackled up with my Allerton splice tip rod, and I've got a fairly simple Avon float, wire stem Avon, 5 number 4, bunch of 3 number 4, number 4, number 6, couple of 8s with a size 14 microbarb. Set it at about 5 foot, which is about right for this swim. Last week I got it completely wrong on that swim up there, but I thought it was 5 foot deep and it was more like 9, but this one's a bit more reliable. Float then has gone all the way down with tiny little nibbles, and there is a microscopic roach on the end. That's on a 14 hook, and it's so small you can hardly see it, about 3 inches long. So, having broke my duck, I think I expect chub really, not those fish. I think I'm going to make a move to somewhere with something a bit bigger. Never say never. And the float went under, and that was on what was left of some bread punch. I'd already had 1 cast, almost certainly a chub. I'm doing its best to get in here. So 1 last cast after 1 last cast, about a pound, lively, welcome, bending the rod. It's a start. That was strange. I trotted down with bread punch. What came back was about 1/3 of the bit of bread punch, very, very soggy. And I thought, I wound it in carefully and I cast it in. I'd already had my so-called last cast. I thought I'll just cast that in gently, just see what it gets. Might get a little roach or something. And I get a chub, and you think, oh, are they shy, or because it's a bit clear? Not so much last night, but the 2 nights before, a lot colder than it had been before, down to about 4 or 5 degrees instead of the sort of 8 or 9, 10 degrees it had been before. Just done it again. The punch this time is already at 1 cast. It's just a little bit of very soggy bread on there, tiny bit of bread. I won't give this very long. It might have been just a fluke. This time I'm going to move. I've come down the river a fair way to a much faster run. There's certainly a good chance of chub here. Last time I fished it, the reeds were well up and I caught big roach right on the edge of the reeds, which I don't expect today, but yeah, it's one of those days. Try and catch a fish or 2. It's always quite hairy in this swim if you hook a chub, which is quite normal, like many of the swims have got chub in really, and there's plenty of snags, reeds, bits of weed, and I got a bit better bread this time. As I say, last time I had roach right on the edge of this bit of weed here. There's a kingfisher. If I hook anything, it's a case of stand up and hold hard, try and get them out of the weeds. Well, I've just had a bite straight away. I've guessed the depth at about 4.5 foot, which is about right. Feels like a small chub. It's sort of dashy and about. Yeah. Just a little dip then and a 6 or 7 ounce chub. And there it was gone. That was on bread punch. Again, I don't think it's that big. Big enough to cause trouble. Another one about £1. Lovely fit chub, not that big, nice bright coloured. The hook's only just in and he's got plenty of bread down his throat, which is interesting. Just going to use the landing net to put him back. I think what I'm going to do is move down the swim 10 yards maybe and fish the tail of it properly, whereas here it's sort of going out of sight and not quite right, but yeah, see what we can do down there. Just shift down. I've moved down the swim about 12 yards I suppose, and so I can fish the tail of it and trot down, put a bit of bread down there, see what's what. I'm probably not going to give it much longer today. It's certainly been hard going. There's plenty of fish in here, but they're not very keen whether the lower temperature or what. Once again, the tiniest of bites and a very good chub. Just pimping. Oh, come out, you bastard. This one got right stuck in the reeds on the other bank. I'm trying to get him into the middle. What a weird thing to go on. Get your head up. That's it. Well, it's been a tough day today. So it's been a very tough day. The bites have been tiny. Absolutely immaculate chub to finish up on. Well over £3. I think I will weigh him to get a truthful answer on how big it is. But I think I might give it a little bit longer. Today I took my spare Mitchell match out and it's now decided to pack up on me anyway. I was about to pack up, the bail arm won't work properly. I don't know what's going on. I've got to take it home and strip it down and fix it. Hope you've enjoyed today. One cracking fish to finish up with. Two reasonable ones about £1 and one barely half that size and one tiny roach. There's a ton of roach in this stretch. They're certainly not showing today. Whether the colder nights, the clearer waters put them right off, but I've had quite a few roach up here the couple of trips I've done when it's been warmer. Until next time, it's goodbye for now.